So it's 6 p.m. Calling the meeting for the Blount County Correction Partnership meeting, July 25th, 2016. First, I want to read the evacuation. Emergency evacuation procedure announcement. In the event of an emergency evacuation, an alarm will sound. Everyone should exit the building by the way of the nearest stairwell in a safe and effective manner. If the nearest stairwell is blocked by smoke, use another stairwell. Do not use the elevator. Once you've reached the main floor, follow the exit signs to exit the building and quickly proceed away from the building. Please be mindful of others evacuating and the emergency vehicles. In the event of a severe weather in the area, a chairperson of the committee will determine that there is a need to evacuate to a designated severe weather shelter. If the chairperson recommends the evacuation to the designated severe weather shelter area, everyone should go to the second floor by using the interior staircase. The severe weather shelter area is marked by signage. Please do not leave the shelter until the severe weather has left the area. Also, please be mindful of others evacuating as well. Roll call.
John Adams. Here. Rick Carver.
Here.
Mike Kaler.
Here.
Jeff French.
Here.
Judge Gallegos.
Here.
Judge Harrington.
Here.
Peggy Lambert.
Here.
Tana Monroe. Randy Vineyard.
Here.
You have 9 present. You have a quorum.
Next is election of the County Correction Partnership Chairman. Do I have any nominations? Ms. Lambert, you're recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend Rick Carver. I nominate Rick Carver.
Is there any other nominations?
I'll second.
Oh, do a second. All right. Are there any other nominations?
I move that we vote and elect by acclamation.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Those opposed? She opposes. The ayes?
Oh, okay.
The ayes have it. Next is setting of the agenda. Do I have a motion to set the agenda?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Setting of the agenda is approved. Approval of the minutes on April the 7th, 2016. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes? Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion?
All right, some discussion.
Mrs. Monroe, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Once again, the minutes do not accurately reflect a motion that I made. State law governing minutes says all motions and all votes are to be recorded. I don't know how anybody looking at these minutes would know what motion I actually made because the wording is not there. So they're incomplete. So I would move to amend it, but past history has shown I can't get a second, so I will just vote no. Thank you.
So all in, do I have a vote to approve the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? 1. Approval of the minutes have been approved. Public input on items on the agenda. Seeing one person. If you'd like to come up, please. Can you state your name and district, please?
Fred Anderson, District 2. the resolution number 1605002, you need a total complete scratch of it. It's ambiguous at its best. The opinion number 16-21 of the Attorney General should be approved, along with bringing up at this evening also considering federal prisoners at the time. And the solution that I offer to these two different things is one, that our court system start speedy trials instead of rolling it over. The second thing is that as far as the prisoners go, both federally and state, through the information acquired throughout, the citizens of Blount County have been misinformed. And the third and final part on this is that calling for special meetings and changing venue have not been followed by not only the county commission, but this commission also over the past 8 months. I thank you very much for your time.
Would anyone else like to speak?
Yeah,
Please
thank
state
you,
your
Mr.
name and
Chairman.
district,
Harry
please.
Rothjohn. The item number 3, I'm glad to see that the state is beginning to take advantage of their new facilities, as Mr. Bast, the director of the Tennessee Commission, spoke to Commissioner Monroe and myself in your January meeting, telling us that the state had built and was opening 8,000 bed facility in Truesdale County and for men, and a 2,400 facility in Shelby County for women. I'm just thankful that the results of that effort are being manifested in the reduction of the number of prisoners in Blount County's jail, and hope that you all find it successful in petitioning the state to further implement the laws that the state requires them to house their own prisoners. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Would anybody else like to speak? Seeing none, we'll move to unfinished business. Unfinished business? No unfinished business, so we'll move to G1, Plan of Action Status Report.
Mr. Chairman, if you'd like, I can go over the last couple of months where we're at on the plan of action.
Thank you very much, sir.
April 18th, special meeting of the full commission passed a resolution authorizing the purchasing agent to solicit a request for qualification for architectural planning or design services and/or programming services. June 1st, Sheriff Barong addressed the TCI Board of Control in Nashville and presented the updated plan of action. The board voted unanimously to certify the jail until our next inspection. June 20th, conference call with Chief Deputy French, myself, and the National Institute of Corrections members, Mr. Mike Jackson, Mr. Glenn Watson, who is a reentry specialist, and Miss Lori Beal, who specializes in pretrial diversion and community services. Assistance was requested in reviewing programs and best practices for jails to reduce recidivism and jail population. A request was made by NIC for copies of Mr. Hart's studies of the Blount County Jail, and Mr. Hart has sent those. NIC is currently reviewing those reports. June 23rd, Received a call from TDOC stating they were going to begin the following day transferring 25 state inmates a week out of the facility until we were below capacity. July 12th, the request for qualifications went out. July 21st, myself, Lieutenants Gregory and Slagle escorted 12 individuals from various companies through the jail and answered questions for them. Today, July 25th, questions are due, and the questions are due to be answered to them tomorrow, and then the RFQ closes out at 1400 on the 28th. So that's where we're at right now. Any questions?
Ms. Monroe, you're recognized.
Yes, thank you. You mentioned until we're below, I don't want to misquote you, what you said, below capacity, is that the wording you used? That's the word. Oh, okay.
That's the word they used on the
They
phone
used.
with me. When I
Okay.
said, how many are you taking? They
So-
said until you're below capacity.
Would that be 350?
Yes.
Okay.
And I told them they could take every TDOC inmate we had and we would still not be below 350.
Okay.
So,
And so they're going to continue doing this on a regular basis? That's by
when
below?
they call, we'll send them. I can't speak for TDOC. We've transferred 97 as of this date.
97, okay. How many do we currently have that are TDOC? Male and female?
As of 2 o'clock this afternoon, we had 33.
Okay. And how many of those are currently working in the facility?
I don't know. Probably most of them, either as pod workers, kitchen staff, laundry, car wash.
Okay. All right. Do you have a copy? The plan of action, was that changed from the 2015 plan of action? Well, it says
Yeah,
updated.
It's updated. It's the same plan of action. We update it. We've been operating under a plan of action for about 3 years now.
And what
So
was updated?
each year we update it.
And what was updated? What was added to it?
Well, I don't have those in front of me, but
Okay, could we get a copy?
one of the things, you should have gotten a copy. I'm not saying it's in your packet tonight, but you should have gotten it when it came out. But one of the things that was updated was the RFQ that we just put out.
Okay, I don't know if I have a copy in my commission box or not, but I don't, as of right now, I don't think I have a copy. I'll double check everything.
Let me know, I can get you a copy.
Okay, thank you. Do you all communicate, as part of the plan of action, are you required to communicate monthly with the Tennessee Corrections Institute?
Yes.
Okay. And do they respond to those monthly progress reports? Do they call you or write you anything?
You're not so much on the report. The report is just updating, where we're at on the plan of action. But Mr. Bass and Mr. Kane have both called me, asking me how it's going, what's our population, following up.
Okay, so they don't mail you anything on a consistent basis, though? You-
No.
Okay. All right.
No, well, I was just going to respond to Ms. Monroe's, one of her questions is the plan of action is a fluid document, Ms. Monroe, that the update is a monthly progress, measurable progress, as you see in your packet back from April, the things that we've accomplished in the jail. So that, to say that there is a document that we update. It is a monthly update showing them measurable progress of what we're trying to do in the facility.
Okay, well,
There's a standard document that we issue that, shows what our plan is, and obviously that's to get within the certification. And then our monthly reports go to them
What it is.
showing that this is what we're trying to accomplish. Measurable progress is the term
Okay.
that is used.
okay, I do have a plan of a copy of the 2015. I just wanted to see the 2016. And so you monthly send in these progress reports. Okay, thank you. As part of the plan of action, or the
Do you-
monthly,
Ms.
let me
Monroe,
back up.
Can I ask one question? Do you have these reports?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so you do have them.
Well, I don't have the actual 2016 updated. I've got the monthly updates, so yes, thank you. As part of one of those monthly updates, you said that, or actually it's written, and you referenced it, about a meeting with the National Institute of Corrections. I think that's really good. I'm glad to see that. I had hoped we would go that direction and start looking at that. So is there any intention in the future to bring them in here and have some discussion about that? And that could be either one of you.
Like the captain stated, we had a conference call at the NIC, gave them some preliminary information. On the conference call, they requested documentation. One of that was the report from Mr. Hart. They've since received that, and their plan is to come to Blount County to do a study.
Okay. Is there a charge to the taxpayers, or is this something they do?
It's something they do.
Okay,
There's
very
no
good.
charge.
Very good. Is it something they're planning on coming and doing soon?
Well, we haven't gotten any correspondence back from their preliminary work yet. They haven't scheduled an on-site visit.
Okay, could you lean just a little closer into your mic?
They haven't scheduled an on-site visit to Blount County yet, but that is their plan, according to the conversations we've been having with them.
Okay. And you anticipate it to be reasonably soon, like within the next few months?
Yeah, I would hope. I can't speak for them, but
Okay. All right. That's fantastic. I think that's a step in the right direction, so I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more about that. Thank you.
Next is G2, discussion possible action regarding referral of resolution 16-05-002 from the May 10th, 2016 County Commission agenda meeting. That was sent back to us for discussion by the commission. Help me on this. Resolution about housing federal inmates, is that the one? Housing federal inmates in the Blount County Adult Detention Facility. Do I have a motion for discussion?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Seeing no second, it falls for lack of a second. Next is G4.
G3.
Oh, G3, excuse me. Discussion of possible action regarding the Attorney General's opinion of 1621 to remove state sentence felons from the Blount County Adult Detention Facility. Do I have a motion for discussion? Do I have a second? The motion fails for a lack of a second. Next is G4. which is a report from the Tennessee Corrections Institute. I found out that that was not, Mr. Bass just came to observe and did not really have a report together yet to present to us. So with that, our meeting, we've met our meeting.
Mr. Chairman, do we have the opportunity for a statement?
It's not on the agenda, but if there's no, you object? So we have an objection, so with that,
Okay, I will make it at the next commission meeting then. Thank you.
so do I have a motion for adjourn? Second? We're adjourned.